Hey everyone, I had the 11.2 case study. It's called Save the Whales and Seals, and it puts an emphasis on the adaptive leadership approach. So I'm going to start by answering question number one. Which aspects of the case are examples of technical challenges and which are adaptive challenges? So it's important to know the difference between the two. So Northhouse and Lee mentioned that if the challenges are technical, the leader addresses the problems with authority and expertise or through the rules and procedures of the organization. But if the challenges are adaptive, the leader engages in several specific leader behaviors to move the adaptive process forward. So, an example of a technical challenge in this case study would be that the state university has experienced a significant decrease in its funding from the state government. And so, a lot of the departments within the university have had to also been cut, their funding has been cut as well. And one of the departments actually helps fund the Save the Whales and Seals organization. Um, an adaptive challenge of this case study would be that this group is now going to be moving from a group that primarily focuses on saving marine life. Now they're going to be focused in on different fundraising efforts because they've got to get the money from somewhere. I now want to answer question number three. What are specific examples of how Josiah and the executive board have attempted to get on the balcony? What other actions could they take to better see the picture of what is occurring within SWS, which is the organization? Um, so getting on the balcony refers to seeing the bigger picture. Um, and so far, Josiah and the executive board, instead of just immediately canceling all of the futuristic trips that the organization's got planned, they've looked at the cost of the trips without the help of any extra funding. So they've also been able to understand that this isn't a transition of this transition isn't just about fundraising and funding, but it's an internal value conflict. This group, these members didn't join this group for its fundraising efforts. It was about a different agenda and saving different marine life. Um, some actions that can be taken to ensure a bigger picture is seen is I would say to invite somebody who's not affiliated with the group to come in and kind of talk and lead a discussion. That way there's no bias and preconceived ideas or assumptions. I also think just reflecting on the organization's missions, goals, and values is important. Going back to, how did the organization get started? What is the organization all about? I now want to answer question number six. And it says, do you think the students in this case study are going to be willing to change their perceptions and attitudes about SWS and engage in fundraising? Defend your answer. And I like to think that based on these adaptive leadership approaches and practices, I think that a good bit of the students, the group members, will shift their perceptions and their minds and really embrace the idea of fundraising, especially if they believe that it will be important to saving the organization and what the organization's all about. I do think, though, there's a small percentage of the members who will continue to resist the change and the idea of fundraising and just ultimately probably leave the organization altogether. Um, I think, though, that the members who do decide to stay are going to need strong leadership. They're going to need communication, and communication's got to be transparent from both parties. Um, but I do think that the organization will continue to thrive based on these fundraising efforts.